Today we will work on a guided drawing. The first thing you'll need to do is carefully tear out a fresh sheet of paper from your art journal. Here's one way to remove paper without tearing your paper. There's lots of ways to do this as long as you get a smooth edge when you're finished. Here's a quick tip. Remember, anytime that you're using a pencil, draw lightly because it's just a sketch. You're going to end up erasing all pencil marks for the final. To begin your guided drawing, you're just going to need a pencil. Find the middle of your paper and place a dot. You're going to use your hands as a measuring tool. If you have smaller hands, you might want to increase the width when measuring by adding another finger width. At this point, you should have 5 dots, 1 in the middle and 4 on each side in the shape of a kite. We're going to create a horizontal line at the base of the kite. The horizontal line is the width of the kite shape. Remember, draw lightly because this is just a sketch. At the top of the kite, we're going to add a curved line in the shape of a smile. It's a little bit narrower than the width of the kite. You can mark a dot halfway between the middle and the side of the kite. Then you'll draw your curved line connecting the two dots. On both sides of the curved line, you will add a small vertical line going up. Then you will connect the two vertical lines using a parallel curved line. On the bottom, you will add 2 more vertical lines and then draw a parallel horizontal line connecting the two. Moving slightly above these 2 dots on either side of the original kite shape, you'll draw a line that connects to the bottom 2 parallel lines. The line should be straight and then slightly curve out. Moving back to the top, you're going to draw a vertical line and then curve around, slightly wavy near the bottom, and then draw a horizontal line connecting to the side. Then you will draw a vertical line and another parallel horizontal line, creating a rectangle. You're going to create a mirror image on the opposite side. And there you have it, a sweater. Now we're going to add a border to the outside of our drawing using a ruler. You can use the ruler to measure a nice frame around your artwork. Again, remember, draw lightly because this is just a sketch. You'll want to be able to easily erase all your pencil marks. You get to choose how you design your frame. I'm going to add a second border on the inside that's a little bit thinner. This will make it more visually interesting. I'm going to go ahead and add a third border just to the top and bottom. Another thing you could do is divide your outer border into smaller segments. This will allow you to create different patterns around your border. That concludes our sketching portion of our guided drawing. We're going to move to using permanent ink. You could use a fine tip Sharpie or another permanent pen that's waterproof. I'm a big fan of the Macron pens because they have archival ink, meaning that they will not fade over time. We're going to go over all of our line work using our pen. As you work, be sure not to smudge your ink. You can work around your lines, or you could place a blank sheet of copy paper between yourself and the paper to avoid smudges. As you work, take your time. There's no need to rush. Once you have the sweater outlined, you might choose to use your ruler to create your framed edges. I'm just going to work by hand because I like the way that that looks. But before I get started, I'm going to erase some of my pencil marks on my border using a white eraser. You want to make sure that the white eraser is clean before you use it on your paper. You can rub it against wood on the table, your clothing, or on carpet to help remove any of the graphite. When you're erasing, be sure to put 2 fingers on both sides of where you're actually erasing. This will help keep your paper down and avoid tearing your paper when you erase. Once you have all the line work outlined in pen, you'll want to make sure it's completely dry. Then you'll go back in and you'll erase all your pencil marks. Be sure to clean off your eraser before you begin erasing on your final artwork. Now dust off your work and admire it for a moment. You'll need to grab a blank sheet of copy paper and sketch some holiday designs. I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to draw trees using triangles and zigzag lines. Here's a simple way to draw an ornament using a circle, a rectangle, and a curved line. Here's a simple way to draw a snowflake using diagonal and horizontal lines. Each end has a small circle and V-shaped marks on each line. The next thing we'll draw is holly. You can create holly leaves by just connecting several curved lines. Once you have the leaves drawn, you can add the berries in the middle with small circles. Draw a wavy line with some loops and we'll create a string of lights. To create the lights, draw a small flattened rectangle and then curved lines to create the bulb. Don't forget to add the plug at the end. These are just a few ideas to get you started. You will need to fill up your entire paper to practice before you begin adding your designs to your final artwork. The next thing you'll need to do is you'll need to design the artwork for your sweater. I would recommend using a pencil for the main things and then going back over with a pen. Don't forget to erase all your pencil marks. Once you've created your sweater design, be sure to go back in and design your border. Think about how you can use pattern and repetition to create interesting designs. You can use colored pencils or watercolor pencils to complete this project. I can't wait to see your final artwork. Happy coloring and happy holidays.